Señor, eres fiel y tu misericordia es eterna. Señor, eres fiel y tu misericordia es eterna. Gente de toda lengua y nación, de generación a generación te adoramos hoy. Aleluya, aleluya, te adoramos hoy por quien tú eres.
My name is Kendra, and I'm a senior at Arcadia, a biology major, and I, over my spring break, went to Nicaragua with the Arcadia Christian Fellowship. There were 14 of us that went on the trip. We had one group leader, and then there were 13 students that went. Yeah, so when we got down there, we were told that we were going to be working with the school during the week, and we really had no idea exactly what setting or what anything was going to be like. We just knew that we were going to be working with children at a school. And when we got there, we went to the school, which was actually just a parking lot, and it was a parking lot with 6 tents. And the reason it was just in a parking lot area was because within the past year, there was a flooding that ruined their actual school. But yeah, so the reason the missionary was down there was to really help this school start to build up, which they actually had 400 kids. They had 200 kids in the morning session and 200 in the afternoon setting. And yeah, so not only did the flood take away where they could learn, but it also minimized their time because now they had to do half and half instead of having all the kids there at one time because they just really didn't have the facilities for the children to learn.
I'm Dana Bergwall, and I also went on the Nicaragua trip. It was really interesting just because I've had a long history of going on mission trips through my church. I've gone on many.
When we first got there, we just went outside, and right where he lives on the street, there were just so many children and people that were around. And the first day we got to just play soccer. The whole time we were just on the street. I was playing soccer, some people were playing basketball. The people who knew Spanish a little bit better were talking with the Nicaraguans, and right away I already knew so many names of lots of different kids.
The first day we got there, the man we lived with, Henry Fargus, told us that we should just kind of try to find our purpose of why we were there and go off of that. And then he went into the story about how his wife died of breast cancer and all this stuff, and at that moment I knew that was why, because my mom died of breast cancer and a lot of my family members have had cancer, and it was just cool to, like, once I shared my testimony, they were also touched by it because the whole family was really affected by that, and they were like, thank you, so, like, you know, just, and it meant a lot to me.
During the week when we got to be at the school, we just played a lot of games, did a lot of crafts. Some people were teaching English to some of the older students, and really the most amazing thing to me, I was really nervous because I don't really know very much Spanish. I just know basic things. And when we got there, they were trying to communicate with me so much, and I was like trying with them, but I just realized how much you can communicate without even like speaking. We communicated so much, and I felt so connected to these children, even though I really only spoke like basic Spanish. And they knew, like, right away, just by like listening to us, that we were from America. They knew things that we knew, like our music. They listened to our music. I just think that it's really important as well for us to be connected with other countries and knowing what's going on.
It was more interesting just because I got to use my past with connecting with the children in the way that I can relate to the ones that have had harder lives, just with like parent loss and all that jazz, because I can relate to that, which is nice because the kids really they think us Americans have these perfect lives, and they're like, oh, Americans, yay! And then they hear our stories and they're like shocked. They're like, wow, I didn't know you had such a hard life, like blah, blah, blah. And they really feel connected to you, and it's a much better way to get connected with the kids and really just have heart-to-hearts with them.
At the very end of the week, we got to talk with his children, and it was just cool because they got to like say things, and then Henry could communicate and translate for them because we couldn't speak Spanish to them. So it was just crazy to think the whole week, like, we did not really get to speak too many words back and forth, but by the end of the week, we still felt like so connected. And it makes me really see that like there's more than just like, you know, there's nothing that stands in the way between a relationship.
Yeah, I would love to go back. It really, like, I learned a lot, and I think I helped the kids a lot, so it's a cool sort of balance there.
Lord, you are good and your mercy endureth forever. Lord, you are good and your mercy endureth forever. People from every nation and tongue, from generation to generation, we worship you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we worship you, for you are